There's a creator here on TikTok. I don't know if she has a YouTube, but her handle name is What Madeline Says. And as I'm recording this right now, she's live. I wanted to tell you a couple things that she said in her live. She's an attorney about the Kilmar Garcia case, and it's very, very interesting and eye-opening. So she's been following this case for a while. His mother owned a food delivery business in El Salvador. That's where he grew up. And when he was like a young teenager, like, you know how they do, like the mob bosses come around and try to extort the small businesses and say, give us a cut of your business or X, Y, and Z. So they had threatened to pull her two sons into the gangs and stuff like that there. So obviously she's like, no. So they sent her sons into America. They crossed in. He didn't speak English. He was young. He did not know that he could actually seek asylum here. He didn't know that he could even do all that. So he was just working. He was, doing sheet metal, something. I don't really know much about that. Something in construction. And I guess they originally picked him up because he was looking for work. And he was wearing a Bulls sweatshirt and hat. And they thought that meant he was in a Venezuelan gang. The Bulls, the Chicago Bulls. I don't understand how that's connected. That sounds crazy. If I were the Chicago Bulls, I would sue them because then no one's going to want to wear their merchandise because they're afraid they're going to be picked up. I mean, I don't know. If you can explain that, if you've heard otherwise, or where that even comes from, the Chicago Bulls tie-in, please leave it in the comments because I haven't seen that anywhere and I do not understand that. And I'm a basketball fan, so I can't even fathom. Okay, neither here nor there. The point is, that's major though, because like that's why, whatever. So once he went in and he realized that he could seek asylum, he started the paperwork on that. And he's been here for a long time, for probably 10 years. And he's been working and he started a family. The woman that he's with, she had children, I think, from a previous marriage, and then they had a child together recently. And so his is his family, and he is seeking asylum. He has the application in for that. He now has a work permit or work visa. I'm not sure. I think she said visa, but I thought it was permit, so I'm not sure about that. So he was here legally. Once you start that paperwork for asylum and you have a work visa or permit, you are here legally. He paid taxes every year. From the money that he made from working in construction, he paid taxes every year, and he checked in regularly with ICE. They knew he was here. He was actively seeking asylum from his country, El Salvador. And so the fact that they picked him up after they had been in direct communication with him and he was a legal resident here, maybe not a resident, I don't want to use that term, but he was legally here. They pick him up and sent him to an El Salvadorian prison, like a place that has human rights violations from all over the world. I mean, everyone sees that it's absolutely horrific. And now we have no proof of life. The United States government, which is the taxpayers, we pay $25,000 a year per person to have them in this prison. Don't you think we should be able to have a proof of life? A proof of life, from these people that we're paying for? I mean, who's to say that they don't just send them out there and unalive them? Because they never seem to be full. They just keep taking people. They have endless amounts of space. And they never have to prove that they're still alive. So anyways, in the Constitution, we protect people who are seeking asylum. We protect people that are here that aren't American citizens. That's what makes us non-barbaric and insane. So that's actually in our Constitution. Everyone gets due process. Everyone gets to plead their case. And the fact that the Trump administration just bypassed that and just sent him off with the Alien Whatever Act, that's only for two other situations. And that has to do with, Madeline just explained it. One is if it's a wartime, if it's war and the country we're at war with and a person is here like on vacation or something like that, they need to go. And that you just skip due process. And then the other one is it's something similar to that. They're bending that ruling, the Alien Act thing, over to, so you can remember, or you can imagine, I cannot remember names. And that's why I messed it up and said the Venezuelan prison in my last video. I get it. They thought he was part of a Venezuelan gang. That's where I got that from. But they sent him to an El Salvadorian prison. I know this. I knew it before I recorded, but I was tired that day. Okay, so anyways, he so they just skipped the whole like due process thing, and they're saying it's from the this other act, which does not apply. They are straight up lying to the American people. And that Stephen Miller guy is like a little troll under the bridge. He is so just creepy and evil. He's just this weird little man that needs to be out in the sun more. He has like gray skin, and he just looks like he doesn't ever enjoy anything. He's just like this weird, I don't know. Should we all just pile on him and just like hug him? Just like, we're going to give you love. Anyways, so that's what's happening with the whole situation. It's extremely sad. It's extremely scary. Everyone in America is basically at risk for this if they think they can do this and get away with it, even though the Supreme Court unanimously said you cannot. And they're twisting their meaning and saying, oh, they said we can. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Watch what Madeline says. I'll try to tag her in this video, but she's amazing. And she breaks a lot of stuff down. She's nonpartisan. She just is all about the law. She's passionate because of all the things and the misrepresentation of the laws that are being spread around in media. And she just wants to, she feels passionate. It's like it's her sky dog. It's her thing that she feels like she has to do, is get the word out about what these laws are. And she speaks on a lot of big in publications and on news channels. So check her out. She's much better at dropping the information and explaining stuff. But just in case you like hearing it from a forgetful, tired person that just went through a full moon in Aries, Libra. See, it just happened again. That wreaks havoc on my brain. Then there you go. I just filled that out. The final thing I want to say in this video, which I could have probably made it shorter, and I'm sorry, I had a baby. It's a boy. I got to figure out how to talk faster. But is we are co-creating our reality. Do you remember that? I've been saying that from the beginning. I've been saying that from November, since the beginning of November. We co-create our reality. Yes, I'm human. I get upset. I was very upset for the past week or so. A lot of it had to do with that full moon in Libra. It was really pulling on me specifically. Not every full moon does that, but this was a very powerful one specifically on me and what's going on in my life. But anyways, now that it's past us, I still feel the effects, but it's dwindling. So I'm starting to feel better and I'm getting myself back. But either way, there's nothing wrong with anger. That's a righteous anger. That's an anger against things that are wrong in the world. And I will always fight for that, always. And I'm not afraid to show my anger anywhere, here, there, anywhere. However, I want to add to that staying in that anger wouldn't be healthy. Staying in a feeling of despair, I just bit my tongue, is not healthy. We need to move out of that. You need to express it. You need to feel it. You need to have it go through you because you can't deny it. That's spiritual bypassing. You have to feel it. You have to let it get out of your system. And then once you get there, go back to the co-creation place and know that our thoughts and what we focus on is creating and building that new world. We are the builders of the new world. And we're building the new world as the old world is just being destroyed all around us. Okay? That's what's happening. Our thoughts and our intentions are building the new world. So don't allow yourself to dwell in those places. Don't forget about those people. I mean, obviously, keep fighting, keep trying to figure out what's going on with that. But in terms of the base of your soul and your attention, keep putting it towards what you see happening when justice returns, when the balance of justice goes back. Because the more we focus on that, the more we are creating that. And we're creating that. We're putting more weight on the balance of what's right instead of, if we're focusing over here on what he's doing and what his administration is doing, we're giving extra energy to that. And then the thing we want is disappearing. So look at it, pay attention to it, scan it, but then put all your energy into here, into what we want and what we're building. And that's how we're going to beat this. We're going to focus on what we're building. We're going to get through this and we're going to win because love always wins. It just looks sometimes like they're winning. And they do win temporarily in little ways. And yes, there's people's lives have been lost and will be lost. And it's horrific. But there's a bigger thing going on and we just have to keep fighting. And I'm with you on that. We're building the new.